Ashley, if noise gives you anxiety, you know where I wouldn't move? Hell's Kitchen. What do you got?
Joe Carraro, a former senator from New Mexico, recorded audio from inside his rented apartment at Riverbank West in Hell's Kitchen on 11th Avenue. He lived there for 1 month in June and says it was pure hell.
It was the next morning that I said I wanted out because it wasn't just the noise on the street. It was the noise inside the building, the jackhammering of the knocking up the floors, upstairs, next door, across the hall. And why did they put me in this one apartment that had all this activity around it?
Bill, the former senator, now playwright, is so fed up that he is suing the building manager for more than $114,000 and says the noise was so bad he ended up in the ER for 2 days.
I walked into urgent care and they said, we have to send you over to Mount Sinai emergency room. I said, there's something going on. It was like my whole body, it was exhaustion. At the end of the day, I mean, I went in there and I slept for 5 hours. But at the end of the day, it was complete exhaustion because I wasn't able to sleep.
Carraro recently returned back to the city after spending a month in New Mexico to get back to good health. He says his building claims he is on the hook for his 6-month lease. He paid a security deposit of $1,000 and 1 month of rent for more than $2,500. Carraro says he picked to live at Riverbank West because he had a great view of the Hudson, but then he says the building did a bait and switch. Instead of being on the 43rd Street side, which he says he was guaranteed, he ended up getting an apartment on the 42nd Street side, and that's not what he agreed to.
So when I came, they went, I'm sorry, we rented this one out. As it turns out, we found out later they didn't rent it out, but they couldn't rent that other one out. So they figured, okay, we can rent this out to anybody because it's overlooking the park area here. But we can't rent that one out. So let's go ahead and try and talk them into renting that one out.
So I reached out to the building manager at Riverbank West and have yet to hear back. I also reached out to America's psychologist, Dr. Jeffrey Gardier, about how extreme noise can take a toll on someone's physical and mental well-being.
So I would say unless that person has some sort of anxiety issue to begin with, or maybe was traumatized in the past by something that caused hypervigilance, that usually we don't see something that extreme where you have to go to the ER.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. You know, as a native New Yorker, noise is a whole part of the landscape. He wants to live on 42nd Street, be a playwright, work right by that area. Well, that comes with the territory. It's the concrete jungle. It's vicious. It's loud.
We have to put in perspective that this guy was guaranteed a certain apartment, which probably would not have been as noisy. He got a different apartment from what he signed on his lease. I want to be very clear about that.
So can I just ask you, I mean, I'm sure it'll come out in court, he signed specifically for a specific unit?
Yes.
Because honestly, if it was a bait and switch, then he's right and he ought to sue.
New York in all its pace either breaks you or makes you. If you don't like the noise, if you don't like it, just head back to the suburbs.
Can't stand the heat, get out of Hell's Kitchen.